So our next block is customer segments. Who are the value propositions connecting with? And customer segments wants you to take a pie. Think of the whole population as the start of that pie. And they want you to think of cutting up that pie into slices. Who are you going to target? Each of those slices is a bucket, a category. And each of those slices deserves its own value proposition. They respond to different value. So I want you to think of it this way. Think of the whole thing as, is this slice big enough to make money? Is it sustainable? And think of the edges of that pie. Are the pieces around the edges, what are the pieces that define this pie? Can we get enough definition around this category that we can meaningfully target them? Is there enough bringing them together that we have strong borders? So is it going to be rich enough to target? Is it defined? And you're going to do that with things like socio-demographics. How do people feel? What are their cultures, their norms, their behaviors, their attitudes? Demographic. These are things like gender. These are things like income. These are things like where you live. Some people like to break that out, though, into geographics, where you live, where you work, where you play, where you socialize. Those are the main buckets for figuring out the edges of this pie. Can I get a defined category? So if we're going to keep with our example for Tesla, how would you fill this in? We gave you a couple of hints last time. Socio-demographics, they're going to care about the environment, they're going to care about technology, or at least they're not going to be phobic of technology. Demographics, we didn't need to tell you, but we gave you the hint. They're probably affluent. If you're spending hundreds of thousands on a car, you're probably affluent. They're coming out with the new 3 Series, but at this point in time, you have to be making a decent wage to get your Tesla. Geographics, they're actually selling into many markets worldwide, so they aren't as concerned with this bucket. But with these 2 buckets, they think they've defined a piece of the pie that, one, has strongly defined borders that make it meaningful to target, and 2, is going to provide a sustainable revenue base that's going to be large enough to take the company forward.